What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the WKU Dynasty on College Football 25, where we are entering the Season 6 playoffs as the 2 seed, winning back-to-back SEC championships, truly making a name for ourselves and our university, where we have a first-round bye as the 2 seed, waiting on the winner of Ohio State and Virginia for our first playoff matchup of this year. Of course, we are riding on the high of a second straight Heisman winner. Freshman Nick McNeil absolutely tore it up this season, and it is time for the Cotton Bowl of Goodyear. We are playing the Ohio State Buckeyes to start off this championship run. After disappointing in back-to-back playoff seasons, this is a brutal draw. The winner of this game is going to play either UCLA or Pitt, and then you can see the top 4 up top. Peep the 1 seed ahead of us, the Stanford Cardinal at 12-1, who we beat in the national championship in Season 3, but it has been a long time coming for this WKU squad. The past 3 seasons, we have saw dominant performances from this team in the regular season. We have not missed holding up the conference championship trophy, whether it was Conference USA or the SEC, for the past 4 seasons. But after our title in year 3, we got upset by Wisconsin in year 4. We lost in the Final Four to Oklahoma last year and a trip to the Natty. The road to get back to the Natty starts against number 10, Big Ten opponent, Ohio State. And let me just tell y'all, this is going to be a good one. We're going to start receiving here. This game is underway, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Here is RB2 Lee Desiree on the return. Who's got an early crease? Desiree! Is this his first career kick return to jumpstart round 2 of the playoffs? Touchdown toppers, starting off with a bang. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of receiving to start the game, but I will take a 1-play touchdown from Desiree, and out comes Ohio State after a 99-yard kick return. Let's see how they respond. Number 18, I keep thinking that's Marvin Harrison Jr. It is not. That is Nelson Casey, who clearly has some wheels to start off with a 23-yard run. Junior quarterback for Ohio State with an early statement. 1st and 10, he's going to fake like he's going to run it, but that's in the backfield for Martin Osgood. That's a loss of 4, and we quickly have a 3rd and 6 opportunity for this WKU defense. Motion man out of the backfield. Nelson carry a quick strike to the sideline. He is gone. That is a quick response from Ohio State. Nelson Casey with the dime. And goodness gracious, we got fireworks here to start this game between Western Kentucky and Ohio State. What a quick response. And you guys know, as we are starting, this is our first offensive play of the day. That's Jeremy Skaggs on the drag with a 7-yard gain. We quickly have a 3rd and 3 opportunity of our own. Tyron Knott from the shotgun, coming off a phenomenal season. That's a quick strike to Nolan Rice on the outside, who's going to get pushed out of bounds. Good enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10, Knott setting some things up how he wants on the slant. Play action to I'm the Nacho. The defense falls for it. Nick McNeil has a step. Nick McNeil's first reception today. Nick McNeil's down at the 10-yard line. And Western so far is responding quickly themselves. 1st and 10. Setting up a play action here. Knott scrambles out, trying to get ahead of the defense. He is going to be sacked for a loss of 1 by Jose Mattingly. 2nd and goal. Gonna give a jet touch. This is the first reception for Timote Stamenye, who is going to break out and get a solid gain of 5. It does bring up 3rd and goal, though. About halfway through the first quarter, we've already seen 2 touchdowns. Not scrambling out, trying to hit Rashard Kenyon, but he cannot hang on. The sophomore with the drop there. And out comes Jamarcus Bars, who we know has missed a few chip shots in his day, but that one is good. WKU responds, but only with a field goal. And you guys know, whenever we did win the Natty, our defense was a big reason for it. Last year, I'm not going to say the defense let us down, but Oklahoma did put a number on us. We know how important defensive play is for Western to get back to the Natty. That's a very solid run to start the day. at the 36. They're going to fake the play action again. There we go. Joseph Brink in the backfield for a loss of 2. 3:28 in the first quarter. Single back formation here for Nelson Casey. They're going to give it to the guy who got the touchdown earlier, but he is met. That is going to be Delwa, who gets back to the line of scrimmage. Bringing up a 3rd and 10 here. Opportunity for the defense to get some momentum going from the shotgun. Quick snap. Another deep shot! Joshua Sosh got beat! And there he is again. Touchdown number 2 for number 5, Delwa. And Nelson Casey dotting us up on back-to-back 3rd downs. Ohio State takes their first lead of the day, 14-10. Here's I'm the Nacho on a screen, spinning ahead up into the 42 of WKU territory. It brings up a 1st down. So far, 24 points have been scored in the first quarter of this playoff game. Do we have another shootout on our hands as Simon Yu is going to pick up the 1st down, and Tyron Knott has eclipsed 100 passing yards on the day. From the 45, from the shotgun, man-to-man formation on Nick McNeil. I don't think that's a smart idea. Green release. He gets it past the safety, and Nick McNeil responds to Delwa's double touchdowns. Let me get my first one. WKU back up 7-14, and we are looking at a 31-point first quarter so far as Ohio State comes back onto the field, bringing up 3rd and 9, and that is the end of a packed fireworks show of a first quarter. Goodness gracious. Over combined 250 passing yards. We haven't done anything in the running game. They have. Goodness gracious. We knew this was going to be a good game. 17-14 in the first quarter is not quite what I predicted. But another 3rd and long opportunity. This is where Nelson Casey has been thriving today from the shotgun, scrambling out. He's going to get sacked down, and he does not get a touchdown on that one as Joseph Birmingham meets him in the backfield, and a much-needed stop for WKU's defense to get some momentum going. They forced the punt from their own 5. Desiree, he had the opening kick return. That's going to be a solid return. We're already in great field position starting this next drive at the 39. Can we get a 2-possession momentum exchange going here? Another play-action play. This is the bread and butter for Western. Nick McNeil, 1-play touchdown! 1-play touchdown! And this freshman-to-freshman connection has been eating all year. It is continuing to eat in the college football playoff, and these young kids do not look blinded at all by the pressure of the playoffs, but neither does Nelson Casey with another big dime up into enemy territory to start the second quarter. What is happening in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl right now? From the shotgun, Casey has plenty of time. I'm disrespecting his name, but oh my goodness, Delwa with his 4th catch of the day hangs on to that one up into enemy territory, up to the 22. From the shotgun, it's play action, and Mafu Hardman is there for Western's 2nd sack of the day. He's hitting the gritty. He's hitting the for a loss of 6. Second quarter, 6:48 remaining. Ohio State down 10. Coming off of a sack, Nelson Casey straight to Magnifico. Is he out of there? They're chasing him down. The RB is going to catch up to him, but Steve Magnifico jumps the route. He's hyped up, and that is another great play from the defense, setting up Tyron Knott and the offense in great position, and Knott's going to take off from the backfield. His first rushing touchdown of the day, and all of a sudden, what was a crazy shootout to start, Western has taken control, up 31-14, and the defense continues to shut down the run game of Ohio State. Nelson Casey is his confidence shook after that bad given up pick. And back to the line of scrimmage. That's a tackle for Aaron Jennings. Matthew Sampson struggling to get going. 3rd and 10 for Nelson Casey. Less than 5 minutes left in the first half. How does he respond? From the shotgun. Has plenty of time. That's another strike down the field. What are we doing? The defensive backs are non-existent today. That is another huge 3rd and long touchdown conversion for Ohio State. How are they doing this? somehow managing to hang on. It's 31-21, a combined 52 points in the first half as Jeremy Skaggs is going to get the offense going. Western trying to respond. The defense has made some plays, but ultimately really struggling out here today as Nick McNeil gets the open jet touch pass. A great block from I'm the Nacho. McNeil turns a great gain in, and that's 163 yards in the first half for him, having a stupidly historic day. Last play before the 2-minute warning, and Knott's going to go down. That is a sack, and it is a 3rd and 17 opportunity for Ohio State. Can they get this to one possession before the half is over? Not taking a shot. McNeil dropped it. Almost another incredible highlight play. Dropped in the end zone. And Jamarcus Bars, not the most powerful kicker in college football, is going to miss on that one. Maybe should have punted there because now Ohio State has less than 2 minutes, but they're already at midfield. Nelson Casey trying to get this back to a one-possession game. From his own 39. Motion man. Casey from the shotgun. Another quick strike. This time we're there. Aaron Jennings with the interception. That was going to be another one to Delwa. Thank goodness our defense with their second turnover of the day brings back on Tyron Knott. And this WKU offense, Knott's going to scramble out. Knott's got a bunch of space. Knott's got 96 speed up to the 49. And now Western is threatening to strike again. How much can happen in a minute 33? From the 49, Knott has time. Who else other than Nick McNeil would he take a shot to? McNeil has a 200-yard first half. Tyron Knott with his 4th touchdown of the first half. Western back up 17, 38-21, and a minute 24 for Nelson Casey to try to stop. What is happening? A swat? What? A juke move. Dell was gonna get his 3rd. Dell was out of there. What in the mayhem is happening? This is This feels like WKU versus Oklahoma all over again. An absolute shootout of amazing proportions right now. WKU, I'm out of breath. Somehow we are up 38-28. A minute 09. I said how much could happen in a minute and a half. 2 touchdowns just happened in 20 seconds. I'm the Nacho going to get this drive started off with a first down run. And now we are in hurry up mode with less than a minute. Not from the shotgun. He's backpedaling, looking for someone. Simon Yu's wide open. Simon Yu's got Green ahead of him. Simon Yu outruns the defensive back and steps out of bounds. Tyron Knott with 317 and 4 touchdowns in the first half. That's an end-of-game stat line, but he's just getting the job done from the shotgun. One-on-one. Nolan Rice brings it in. Nolan Rice with the touchdown. You gotta be kidding me. Number 5 for Tyron Knott. We have a 45-point first half, a combined 73. Oh my goodness, 37 seconds. The senior Nolan Rice beats the defensive back. Tyron Knott is unconscious right now, but Nelson Casey with 37 seconds left is going to try to respond. He's doing pretty well too. Delwa, touchdown number 4. Him and McNeil are going jab for jab. These quarterbacks each have 5 touchdowns each, and Joshua Sash is just nowhere to be found on that one. Oh my goodness, 45-35, 27 seconds left. Are we going to get another highlight? There's no way. From the 21, Knott has time. A shot. Jeremy Skaggs brings it in. We're up to midfield. Almost 400 yards and 5 touchdowns for Tyron Knott. I don't know what's happening anymore. 17 seconds left in the first half. So much good ball happening right now. Knott. McNeil. Got it. Oh my God, McNeil and Delaware are going stupid. Knott is going to one-up Casey with 6 passing touchdowns. And that's going to be halftime. I said what could happen in a minute 30. I didn't think we would have a combined 12 touchdowns in the first half. Trey Bloom is in the backfield with a sack to open up the second half. A combined 52 plus 35, that's an 87-point first half. This is unheard of. No fucking way! Oh my God, Ohio State, despite the 17-point deficit, refuses to go away in this one. Two incredible teams playing like it's the national championship. Season's on the line. Ohio State's gonna get it back to a 10-point game. And already a 3rd and 7 opportunity for Ohio State to get us off the field, trying to close the gap here, get it back to a one-possession game. The screen pass is overthrown, and Ohio State is finally going to get the stop they so desperately need, punting it back to them, and that's going to be a pretty solid return. They're already up to midfield. There's Delwa, number 5, doing his best Nick McNeil impression. 52-42. Can Ohio State respond? 2nd and 11 from the shotgun, avoiding the sack, gets the ball out, and that's a solid comeback route. Number 15, Ezekiel Elliott, had a touchdown earlier. 1st and 10 up to the 37. That's going to be another read option. Nelson Casey's got the wheels. Nelson Casey plows ahead for a 1st down run, and Ohio State is getting closer and closer to getting this game back to within 3 from the 26. Casey, a shot over the middle, and Western's defense gets their 3rd interception of the day. It's James Bennis, and you can knock them. They've given up 42, but when they need a turnover, it has happened. Not scrambling out on the play action. Needs to get rid of it. The ball's on the ground. Recovered there at the 1-yard line. Alex Arrayas comes down with it, but it is 3rd and 22, and Tyron Knott is somehow cold now in the second half, taking a shot to McNeil, trying to get out of enemy territory. It's going to be batted down, and Ohio State is right back where they started. Unlike they've had the turnover, it didn't even happen. 2nd and 8, a more uneventful 3rd quarter so far, as another end zone shot is going to happen. That's out of bounds for Magnifico. Thank goodness. 3rd and 8 here. Can we get some calm in this game for the 10 and 3 Ohio State Buckeyes from the shotgun? A quick shot. Why is he wide open? Delwa, as many touchdowns as his number. He hits the same celly every time. He has more touchdowns than McNeil now. It's 52-49, gentlemen. Ladies, I don't think any ladies are watching this video, but we got a 3-point game. 52-49 as the 3rd quarter is nearing the end. How are we in this situation? How? Oh my God, good old reliable Nick McNeil taking off from the 50 on the play action. Is anyone going to catch him? McNeil matches touchdown number 5 with Delwa. Western is back to a 10-point lead. I don't even know. A minute 36. What can happen in the 3rd quarter? Fucking everything, I guess. Goodness gracious. Jet touch pass. No one's there. No defense is being played in this game. You can catch him. Catch him. He's gone. I'm tweaking. Back to a 3-point contest in what has been one of the most incredible, legendary college football playoff games of all time. And Tyron Knott is going to add to the highlight reel. Go search it up on YouTube. Ohio State versus Western highlights. You will be fucking amazed. 59-56 at midfield. Knott with a great scramble there. That's going to be reception number 78 for Nick McNeil in this one. Catch number 9. Almost 350 friggin' yards, dude. What is happening? Up to the 38. 1st and 10. I'm the Nacho on the keeper. Is going to get a solid gain of 8 there. Up to the 30. One more play before the 4th quarter of this instant classic. Nick McNeil, jet touch pass, shrugs off a tackle, goes down at the 21. That's his 10th catch. Passes 350 yards. The quarter is over. Western enters the 4th quarter with their season on the line up 3. Just pause and look at these stats, bro. 600, over a combined 1,100 passing yards in 3 quarters of this game. Is not even over. We got 9 more minutes to ball. Season on the line here. I'm the Nacho up the gut. Maybe we should just waste some clock. We've been passing the ball so much today. 1st and goal for the Toppers from the 8. Motion man is Nolan Rice. Knott is going to give to him. On the keeper, Nolan Rice is going to have an open lane to get his 2nd tutty of the day, having a great performance. And Western has been able to stay up 10 here, holding a 2-possession advantage, but Ohio State shows no sign of responding as they go back to Delwa. Get this motherfucker down. He's almost got 350 yards, bro. Him and Monty Rourke are just going tit for tat. This is Jerry Rice versus Megatron. This is insane. 1st and 10. That's going to be Casey on the caper. How does this even happen? Him and Tyron Knott are beefing too. This is crazy. Up to the 41. 7 minutes left in this game. Ohio State down 10, trying to respond. They are going to go play action over the middle. That could have been intercepted. That is going to be received up to the 21. Less than 7 minutes left in the ball game from the shotgun. Play action again. I hate when they go play action because then it happens. Touchdown. Number however many. That's number 9 for fucking Casey, bro. For Nelson Casey. Another 3-point game. And with 5.5 minutes left running clock, I'm the Nacho. Take me home, please. Solid gain of 8 to start this drive. 5.5 minutes left running clock, now down to 5. Not feeling good. He's got 7 touchdowns. Fucking Nelson Casey, as Simon Yeo picks up the first down on the wide receiver screen. He's got 9 touchdowns in this game. This is unbelievable. Less than 5 minutes left, trying to protect our 3-point lead. I don't feel comfortable kicking a 3 because then we're just going to lose by 1 for the 2nd straight season. But there's Lee Desiree who's going to chop them feet and get a 10-yard gain. Less than 4 minutes left. We are effectively running this clock right now. McNeil, get your playmakers into open space. That's what we're doing here. Tackled out of bounds for a 9-yard gain. That's his 11th catch of the day. 2nd and 10 up at the 29 for Tyron Knott. Less than 3 minutes. He's going to hit Simon Yeo. His signature route. That's another first down. We're wasting some good, valuable possessions, but this plan backfires if we can't get into the end zone. From the 16, Simon Yeo on the jet touch pass. He has been improving weekly. He's got an open lane, but there is a flag down. Simon Yeo tackled at the 1. This one's coming back. That is going to be a hold on the WKU lineman Keenan Murphy. 2nd and 19. We are now at a disadvantage here. Going with some slants from the 26. Tyron Knott takes the snap, tries to scramble out. He's going to dodge one defender. He's going to take off all of the block from Jeremy Skaggs. Not doing it with his feet. That is a 12-yard gain. And the biggest play of the game, 3rd and 7. The difference between a touchdown and a field goal here is everything. Knott scrambles out. He's got McNeil. He's got McNeil. Nick McNeil capping off a fantastic performance. Touchdown number 8 for Tyron Knott. I think that's number 6 or number 5 for McNeil. I don't know. But only a minute 40 left. Ohio State is running out of time. They did use a timeout last drive, so they are in trouble if they cannot score quickly here. Up to midfield. That's a quick strike. We have not been able to control the passing game today. It's been more of the same, but the clock is running. 1st and 10. Here's Nelson Casey having a fantastic, legendary day. That's another quick strike. Our defensive backs are lost. They're clueless, and that is timeout number 2 for Ohio State. Now, I do love that we got a touchdown because I think they're going to need an onside kick to really pull this off. But regardless, we can just get a turnover and end this right now. I would really appreciate it. Aaron Jennings, tackle number 5, up to the 13, running clock. Nelson Casey from the shotgun, listening to his coach from the shotgun, takes the snap, has time, all the time in the world to get this one out. Our coverage cannot give up an open route, and it's going to be a comeback. That's to the running back. That's a loss of 3. He got out of bounds, but that's a loss of 3. Finally a successful play for the defense here. 2nd and 13 from the 16. Nelson Casey, a quick strike. Wide open. Touchdown number 2 for Folk. Touchdown number 10 for Nelson Casey. But luckily we did get the touchdown. An onside kick recovery here would mean we are going to the 2nd round. Oh my goodness, 143 combined points in this one. It took every ounce of perfection from Tyron Knott, Nick McNeil, and this offense. But Western pulls off one of the craziest college football games in history. taking down Ohio State in the second round. Nick McNeil with a historic almost 400 yards and 6 touchdowns. It is a 73-70 victory for WKU. And this is Tyron Knott and Nick McNeil's first playoff game ever. 7 touchdowns, no picks, almost 600 yards. What are we even talking about? Great in the run game too. You gotta be kidding me. Simon Yu, 82 yards. Skaggs, 45. Nolan Rice with a touchdown, 61. He had 2 touchdowns on the day. And the defense was struggling, but luckily we got 3 turnovers that we desperately needed. Aaron Jennings had 1. He had a strong day, led the team in tackles. We had another one from Steve Magnifico, and James Venice got 1 as well. And then, of course, Lee Desjardins. We don't win this game without his kick return. Oh my goodness, 209 yards returning on the day. And you can't even be mad at Ohio State. Look at these stats. We got Nelson Casey, 6 incompletions, 10 touchdowns. The 3 picks were costly, but normally when you throw 10 touchdowns, it doesn't matter. The run game was shut down. So respect to the defense for that. But the oh my God, 3 150 plus yard receivers for Ohio State and a 347 yard one. Could not stop the passing game. But regardless, we are moving on to the Final Four for the second straight season, where we are going to see the Pittsburgh Panthers. This team was a Final Four team last season. They lost to Georgia, and Georgia got taken out by TCU in the first round. So here is a look at the Final Four standings. We are playing Pitt, who just barely beat UCLA. We got 2 3-point victories in this matchup. Pitt is the team that we opened our season with. We kicked the shit out of them. They made it to the Final Four last season too, where they lost to the national champion Georgia. So this is big for both of these programs. Who are we going to see? We're either going to see Tulane, who was somehow in the Final Four taking down West Virginia, or oh my goodness gracious, the number 1 seeded Stanford Cardinal, who is looking to get a national title after we beat them in Season 3 in a fantastic overtime matchup, 45-38. Season 6 is looking storybook, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. This was crazy. Like and sub if you're not already. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a great day. I'll see y'all in the Final Four.